Today is still March 30th, 2025, and I am at Flandrau State Park in Brown County, Minnesota.
Arrived.
Oh, that's interesting. There's a bunch of little robins hopping around over there. I don't know if you can see them, but there's a ton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There's like 20. There's a lot of robins. I'm a certified robin fan, and that's an inside joke for anyone who knows me in real life. Okay, we're here, and I am in kind of a time crunch with this one because I am meeting my parents for dinner, and that's... We gotta go through this one quickly, I guess is what we're saying. Also, they've gone paperless, so map, phone, I think, so we're parked at the picnic area. What we're gonna do is take the Cottonwood Trail, which goes past by the Cottonwood River, shock, to an overlook, and then probably that's it. That's really all I got time for today, I'm not gonna lie. I do believe that is hiking trail again, and I can see where that starts from here, so we're gonna go do that. But yeah, let's... No time to dilly-dally, we gotta get going. I'm calling that one Richard, and that one Jason. That one can be Tim. Oh, that was zoomed in. I think I'm funny. Something interesting about this park that's a little bit different from the other ones we've been to so far is it is right outside of New Ulm. Like, literally you are in like a suburbia before you turn straight into here. Hiking club trail, cool, 6. No, the marker is 6. Let's hope that's where I want to be. Let me get out my phone. Okay, great, we're just where we want to be. We're not doing that much of this park. So anyway, we are right by the river though, so kind of sludgy right now, but going that way. So we're going the opposite direction of the current. Also, several more cars that are like parked here. By several, I mean more than just my car. So we might see other people, unlike what we just saw it for originally. Oh my god, wait. That sign for like, thought it had Bigfoot on it for a second. In fact, it's just a guy with snowshoes. Well, maybe that's the answer. Maybe Bigfoot has always just been a guy in snowshoes. Have we considered this? Cryptozoologists. Cardinal! Oh, flew away. Cardinal, I'm also calling that one Tim, and not just because DC should give Tim a thing to do besides being Robin. It is muddy, and that's just kind of how spring is, you know, but the green stuff poking up and just straight up mud, which, in muddy water, so you know, it's not always glamorous, you know, nature is just like that sometimes. It's kind of muddy, but that's why we have hiking boots, and that's why we, I'm out of fun things to say. I fear this may be our overlook. Wow. I mean, I'm sure the Cottonwood River is very pretty in the summer. That's quite gray. Okay, I feel like I'm being kind of nasty to flandrau. I feel like I'm not really giving it the time of day or like, you know, giving it a chance. I'm not. I'll be honest, I am kind of in a rush being like, we need to be here for the challenge, get it done. I'm already tired. I didn't want to go out today, but here I am still because I don't want to, I already missed last week because I missed last week and I cannot really just justify skipping any more weeks, even if I don't feel like it, because that's the whole point of the challenge. So we're gonna go to over there where the water's flowing a little faster. And I'm gonna tell you about the park, and then we're gonna turn around and leave. We're gonna turn around and find a bathroom and leave. That's another reason I feel like I'm being a little bit grumpy. I really need to pee. But there hasn't been a bathroom, so I just have to keep hiking. It's just like, okay. We're gonna talk about the park. And then I'm gonna go, and I feel bad, I do, but also, it's just not happening. I just can't put on the face today. Similar to Fort Ridgely, the land that this park is on originally belonged to the Dakota people, and it has for most of the time that it has been around. However, once it did come under United States control, it had quite a few things that it was used for. It wasn't even named Flandrau to begin with. Actually, I put this in my GPS and it called it flandrau. I feel like that's wrong. I feel like flandrau is a name, but it's very clearly French in origin, and EAU is O, like an Eau Claire, and not A, like in like Dubois, which is OIS. So I feel like I'm right. A is the only other way I could think to pronounce it, and even then I'm like, I don't think so. So I'm going with Flandrau. Not even named Flandrau to begin with, this park was first called Cottonwood River State Park, after the Cottonwood River that runs through it. And for a time during the Depression, the WPA helped construct buildings at the park, and the CCC built a dam, which after being damaged due to high waters several times actually ended up being removed in 1995. But in the 1930s, there was a dam here. And then also in the 1940s, it was used as a POW camp. This feels like a weird spot to have a POW camp, I'm not gonna lie, but that's what it said. Okay. The park was renamed Flandrau by the state legislature on March 15th, 1945. So we're like right after the 80-year anniversary of that. Crazy. After Charles E. Flandrau, who helped draft the Minnesota State Constitution as well as served on the first Minnesota Supreme Court. Flandrau is on the eastern edge of the Minnesota River Country region, and when it was, actually owned by the native people who owned this land before it was colonized. The Dakota inhabitants lived in the tall grass prairie of the area with its interspersed marshes, lakes, and streams. However, as of today, extensive farming has kind of replaced the prairie in this area, like it has with most of this area. Anyway, at Flandrau today, there's a diverse landscape that includes heavily wooded ravine areas. We are right here, actually. I lost my spot. This is the most unhinged one you've ever gotten. Usually I'm like pretty calm and like podcasty and like keeping my voice very low. I'm out of it today. I've lost it, guys. Okay. Back to the spot where you can see my face and I'm not hunched over. Heavily wooded ravine areas, segments of oak forest, and grassland areas along the bluffs, but the main landscape type is floodplain forest, which you can see behind me. And then large cottonwoods, and other deciduous trees provide scenic beauty and habitat for both birds and wildlife. I'm gonna say not today. I'm being so mean today. I just... I'm going to be editing this and being like, what was I on? And the answer, I don't know. I'm literally just like, fuck this. Like, it's fine. I don't know why I'm being so mean. Okay, the Cottonwood River State Water Trail also meanders through the southern park. There's a sand bottom swimming pond, which we saw, the picnic area, campgrounds, visitor center, lots of visitors, especially because this is right outside of New Ulm. Like, literally, you just turn straight into it from the city street. But you got wooded river bottoms, oxbow marshes, and open grasslands. That's fun. And you got some goat prairies and small white lady slippers. State flowers, the pink lady slipper. That's cool. I can't recognize them when they're budding, so I'm not going to see any of them today because nothing's blooming right now. Okay, fauna.
White-tailed deer, raccoons, lots of birds. Robins? We for sure know robins are here. Okay, like I said, New Ulm is the nearest city. And then we're 96 miles from St. Cloud, 103 miles from the Twin Cities, and 251 miles from Duluth. I'm done. I truly don't know why I'm being such a bitch about this park, but I'm tired of this. I'm done with parks this weekend. Let's move. None of this is going to be usable. None of this is. But we're going to head back now. We've made it. We're heading back.
I did think it over, and I think the reason I'm being such a bitch about this is because I hate where the sign is located. Because I know I'm gonna have to parallel park to get to it. Because, oh god, it's horrible. The sign is okay, I have been thinking it over, and I think that at the end of this, I'm gonna do a tier list of state park signs based on the design, how well they communicate, they like have the vibe of the state park, how like original they are, and then like how easy it is to take a picture with them. And I already know, I thought I knew which one was gonna be on the bottom. I was like, god, that one sucks. That one's going straight to the bottom. We found the bottom of the roster. I don't like it. But yeah, that's why I'm being a little bit of a bitch today, I think. But we're going to try and have a pleasant walk back where I will be less mean and try and just appreciate it for what it is. And then we're gonna drive home. That's not even home. We're gonna drive to my parents' house. That's what we're gonna do. As it turned out, I had nothing more to say about flandrau, besides the fact that I'm certain it's flandrau, not flandrau. And also, now I'm just being complaining on grouchy. I cannot wait until it is April and park offices are open more often. I'm trying to find my keys. One sec. Because I want my stickers. I have a couple that I've put on just because I haven't gotten a car wash recently, and I'm not going to until it finishes being winter entirely. So that's it. That's all I got. I have to go drive home now. I will see y'all in the next one when it will be April. Yikes. Not yikes of April, yikes because that means we're already a quarter of the way through the year. And we've been to 15 state parks. My goal at the end of March is to be at 16. But because last one, we haven't gone to Schoolcraft yet. We're supposed to go to Schoolcraft, haven't. So I have plans for moving things around for times so we'll be able to like go camping and hit like more than 2 in a weekend. And then we'll move Schoolcraft around. But we will see what comes of those times. When those happen, I need to go get a picture with the sign. But other than that, that's it. All right, bye guys.
Y'all should know that I'm standing right next to solid 10-foot drop for this. And not even a pretty one, it's all dirt.